Yes, well, what happened in the case of Edgar Zambrano, he's the vice president of the National Assembly here, Venezuela's equivalent of Parliament or Congress. He was in his car outside his political party's headquarters here in Caracas when we understand that state security agents approached that car with a view to arresting him. He's a lawyer. He refused to get out of his vehicle. Then a recovery truck was ordered, and both Mr. Zambrano and his car were loaded onto that. He was taken away to an interrogation center here in the capital. We haven't heard from him since. Now, Juan Guaido, the opposition leader here in Venezuela, has been talking about this. This is what he had to say.
This has been part of the dismantling of the rule of law in Venezuela. If we can speak of a coup d'etat today in Venezuela, it is the absolute dismantling of the rule of law of the National Assembly, the only legitimate and recognized institution in the world.
Now, we haven't heard from President Maduro on this particular case. We have heard from senior figures in his government. They say this is all justified, this crackdown against the opposition. Why do they say that? Well, on April the 30th, there was an attempt at an uprising against the Maduro government. It failed. But because it happened, many people close to President Maduro say this was an attempted coup, and therefore those that were behind it, those that were supporting it, are guilty of treason, and therefore moving against them, they say, is justified. 7 senior opposition politician figures have had their immunity lifted, and therefore we are seeing what does look like the beginning of a crackdown. I can tell you that at least 4 opposition politicians are currently pretty close actually to where I'm talking to you from now. They are in various embassies or diplomatic residences in this part of Caracas seeking refuge from what they feel or what they fear may be a purge against them. Stephen Gibbs, CGTN, Caracas.